Well, hello, friend. I'm Mary Beth with At What Cost, where simple living and deep faith go hand in hand. And today is a day in my life.
It's a beautiful day, my friends. Today, the kids go, well, that's rude.
It's a beautiful day, my friends. Today, my kids go back to school. One down. 2 kids waiting for the bus. I got 1 kid on the bus. We're almost there, friends. We're almost there.
Just keeps getting better. Oh, it doesn't even do it justice.
I'm so happy. The kids go to school. They're so happy. What are you doing, Gunner? So happy. Do you love your kids, but you love when they go to school?
So all 3 of my kids are out the door. I did manage to send 2 children with wrong book bags, which is not going to be a welcome surprise for them because they are not going to like each other's lunches. I don't often make individual lunches for the kids. I usually do the same thing for everybody. But this morning, one of our kids asked for ramen noodles and he likes oranges. The other one did not want ramen noodles and wanted like more of a homemade lunchable charcuterie situation. It's so easy. A cheese stick, some ham that we had left over from New Year's Day, some Cheez-It crackers, and some grape tomatoes. And you've got kid charcuterie. He does not like oranges. Not one bit. In fact, he's rather offended by them. I don't know why, but our kids are not picky, except for a very few things. And oranges just happen to be one of them for him. So they got each other's lunches, and that's going to come back this afternoon. They're not going to be happy. And because life can't be complicated enough, they're at 2 different schools, which means I can't just tell their teachers, hey, can you swap them when they get there? They are on 2 schools across town, and I'm working today, which means I am not going anywhere to switch book bags for them to have a lunch that they would prefer a little more. So here we are, sliding into 2023 sideways. This is just life. So I'm working today. I have about a 9-hour workday ahead of me. I'm going to get after that. And on my lunch break today, I am going to clean up the kitchen a little bit and get our Christmas decorations down in the kitchen. Everywhere else in the house, well, that's not entirely true. The living room is done. So all the Christmas decorations in the living room's down, the tree is out, but I have all of the stuff that's in the kitchen, which is not that much. It's like 1 bin of stuff, but all of that has to come down. And then my nativity, and I'm going to do something different with storing my nativity that I know 100% my mom's not going to like, but what am I going to do? I just can't. I have a beautiful nativity. It's a willow tree nativity. It has all these different sets, and they are all in individual boxes, and it was wonderful. I got them as Christmas gifts the first couple of years that we were married. I would get a new set each year and just build out my nativity. It's beautiful. I love it. The dog is chewing a bone. He's very happy. Are you happy, Gunner? Are you happy the kids went to school? Anyway, I just can't keep packing it in the 15 different boxes that I then have to store in a laundry basket because it's too difficult to carry 10 and 12 boxes up and down the stairs to the attic every time we take Christmas out and put it back. So I am gonna order some bubble wrap and a under the bed storage. I think that's going to be the best solution. And we are going to bubble wrap and protect the willow tree pieces, but they're going in a storage bin, and I'm going to throw the boxes away. I know. So I heard the gasp. I heard it, but it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. So I am going to get after my work, and I will see you around my lunchtime. It's only going to be a few seconds for you, but for me, it's going to be a couple of hours. Well, this day did not go quite as planned. I ended up eating lunch at my desk here, and yeah, so I got nothing done in my kitchen, and my kids are about to get off the school bus. So I had a meeting today, so I had to put some earrings on, and yeah, the makeup is starting to kind of wear off. It was a long day, but I do have to get my kitchen cleaned up, because if there is one thing that I just absolutely refuse to do, it is to attempt to cook dinner in a dirty kitchen. It drives me nuts. Not nuts enough to always clean up dinner every night, but we have just been in the last couple of days of Christmas break survival mode. So I gotta clean up the kitchen. I also have to decide what we're gonna have for dinner. I'm running low on groceries because, again, we are in survival mode. I am in that situation where I have a lot of things in my pantry and in my freezers, but not a lot to make a meal of. So we ordered pizza last night, and I don't want to have to do that again. So we're gonna come up with something. But right now I'm just sitting here waiting for the bus to come home and finishing up the last little bit of my work. So yeah, once that's done, once the kids get home, then we will get them settled and I will start working on the kitchen. What are you doing home? You better hang on to him. Hey, bud. Michael has your book bag. Come on in. How was your lunch? So what are you doing home so early?
Well, I had some time to burn, so I figured I'd surprise you. Surprise!
Oh, that's nice. Did you bring dinner?
No, why would I do that?
We were just talking about that. We have all this stuff, but not stuff to make meals.
It's all in how you layer it.
I don't think I can make a casserole out of what we got.
You'd be surprised. A little tuna, a little Rotel, Southwest bake.
I don't want to do that.
It'd be good. Later.
One more kid. We got one more kid. Okay, so everybody's having snacks, and I am going to finish up my last little bit of work, and then we're going to go regroup. What?
That's not actually.
It's not a surprise that Dad came home early? Come here. How was your day?
Surprises should be toys or
Oh.
cars.
Well, I thought it would be fun. Let me see your glasses. Every year. Well, that's fun. Did you do some celebrating at school today? Oh, are you super tired? Do you need a hug? It's not so bad. I decided to eat school lunch.
That's what he told me. Yeah, cheese on it.
Yeah. Gunner loves a hug? Yeah. Yeah. Gunner loves a hug. You love a hug? Yeah. Go sit.
I'll go sit in the big one.
Yeah, go relax.
And first of all, we just kind of have a. So,
About to go get dinner going. Your dad's thawing chicken out. I'm about to go get dinner going. So my husband came home early. He finished the dishes and got the dishwasher going. So if it's loud, the kids are watching a movie and I am about to go finish thawing out chicken and get that in the oven because he found some chicken thighs. So that's a bonus. Okay, those are not quite done. So I'm gonna do another round of defrosting. Let me show you these delicious Rice Krispie treats that I made. So every year my grandma makes these Rice Krispie treats. They're so good. They have those little gumdrops in them. I guess I have to eat this one now that I said. Anyway, every Christmas she makes these Rice Krispie treats with the little red and green gumdrops, like the spearmint and cinnamon gumdrops. And I have not been to Michigan in like 5 years for Christmas. And so every year she sends me a box of Rice Krispies, a bag of marshmallows, and enough of these little gumdrops for me to make my own. Isn't that such a good grandma? She's so good. And no day in my life would be complete without watching Gunner run around and chase birds in the backyard. What do you smell? Such a pointer. Paw up, tail out. I see a bird. Do you see him? Gunner. Where are they? This is one of the bonuses of living in the South in the winter is it's pretty out right now. Like I don't have my watch, it's charging, but it's probably in the 60s. And the sun is perfect and it's just, this makes the hot winter, the hot summers worth it.
Fried rice.
Why don't we just have vegetables? Like we just have regular vegetables.
What vegetable?
There's all kinds of stuff in the freezer.
Oh.
Yeah, there's cauliflower, there's corn. It's coned.
Fifth, are you a sinner?
Oh.
When Jesus heard this, he told them, healthy people don't need a doctor, sick people do.
I know, we can all.
I have come to call not those who think they are righteous, but those who know they are sinners. Mark
He wants some on his spinach. I'm sorry.
Mark 2:17. The person who keeps all of the laws except one is as guilty as a person who has broken all of God's laws. James 2:10. Everyone has sinned. We all fall short of God's glorious standard. Romans 3:23. Have you ever known someone who had the chicken pox? Maybe it started with one little red itchy spot. Pretty soon, you've never had that.
well, it looks like the chicken pox.
Yeah, that's different.
You had poison ivy. It's
Yeah.
different.
My friend had chickenpox.
Yeah. All right, well, let's let Dad read.
Pretty soon, that person had several itchy spots, and it became obvious that the person was sick. But there didn't have to be a bunch of visible spots to know it was the chickenpox. When there was just one spot, it showed that chickenpox virus was in that person's system. Sin is like that. Just thinking or doing one wrong thing shows you have the fatal disease of sin. Just one sin reveals that you are a sinner. But that's not the end of the story. There is hope for sinners like us. God knew we'd never be good enough, and He knew we'd need someone to save us from our deadly disease of sin. So who do you think did that? Thomas?
Dad,
Sort of.
Jesus.
There you go.
Jesus is dad.
Yes.
So He sent Jesus to be the cure for us. The good news of the gospel is that we can be transformed from guilty sinners into forgiven sinners through faith in Jesus.
As a topping that was a chest.
Oh, she got like a treasure chest? When you
No.
get. Oh,
It was made out of cardboard.
okay.
They keep it shut.
What
they
does she
tape
keep in it?
New toy with you cashing your house points on Friday.
Oh, okay.
She puts stuff like you can call that at school the classroom treasures.
Yeah.
Not
Well, that's cool.
buying treasures. Like
Yeah.
they're not like gold coins and all that. They're different with Play-Doh, and some slime and all that. Some raincoats and all that. She got some little stuff.
Cool. You snoozing good, Gunny? You can tell these kids go to bed.
Stop recording me. You do
I'm
not
not.
have my permission.
I just
You
started.
do not have my permission to use my likeness in any of your films without adequate condensation. If you or a friend you know wore a mask and glasses during COVID, you too could suffer from condensation.
Do you see? Do you see what I put up with? Stop. Well, the kids are in bed. I feel like throughout the day my hair gets progressively like fluffier. I have to get a haircut tomorrow. I think I'm gonna cut like, I don't know about there. So the kids are in bed and the dishes are the dishes done? Yeah, the dishwasher's done. It says clean.
But the dishes from dinner aren't.
No, I know, but I can at least empty this dishwasher and put those in, and then we will be 100% caught up on dishes.
Just do that with laundry.
Yes, we'll get there with the laundry.
I've never seen 3 kids that could fill an entire hamper in 2 days.
Well, I think it's because their clothes are, like, they're getting bigger, and so their clothes are getting bigger. But anyway.
Bye, y'all.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
You got the Tom bye. You can't take his signature move. That's copyright. It's copyrighted.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
You going to, Daddy? Okay. He's gonna go play video games. And I am gonna clean up dinner. I'm gonna put the rest of these dishes away. I got all the Christmas decorations in here taken down and put in this bin, which is good. I really would like to, I don't know, I really would like for this bin to get lost. But I'm not gonna do that because I do enjoy having my Christmas decorations out in my kitchen, and we host a lot during Christmas, and so it's just nice to have a festive place. And it's just one bin. It's not, you know, I have space to store it. I have capacity and capability of, you know, doing it. So at this stage of the game, everybody's asleep. And this is my favorite way to do dishes. I'm gonna put my AirPods in, I'm gonna listen to some good music and stay motivated to get this done. And then I'm gonna do a little studying. Yes, my children ate spinach for dinner. God is still in the business of making miracles happen. I don't normally hand dry everything. I usually let it air dry, but those couple of items I knew would not air dry well. And so that's the kind of stuff that's just gonna back everything up. And tomorrow I'm not gonna want to unload the dishwasher because there'll be no place to put those dishes. And so it's just better to do it now. But I'm pretty well done. It's not perfect, but It's so much better than it was this morning. And so now I'm going to sit down and do some studying. And I'm also going to tell you why I'm studying. Oh, Gunnar knows I sat down. He's on his way down here. He'll probably come down. Let's see, what time is it? 8:45. He'll probably come down at least 3 more times to talk me into going to bed. What's wrong, Gunnar? Come here. Hey, what's wrong? You just checking on me? You want to go to bed? Yeah, you get tired. Good boy. Yep, there he goes, up the stairs. It was a pretty full day for everyone. Our kids were super tired when they got home. I could tell when they're all sitting in the living room wanting to watch a movie when they get home from school. I know that they're tired. And even through dinner, our middle son was having a very difficult time being kind and just kind of, I don't know, he was very hangry. And so when we were getting ready for bed, when I went in to give him a kiss goodnight, he said, Mom, I'm really sorry that I was not kind during dinner. Like, I know. It's what happens when we get hangry. We get tired and we get hangry. And he had told me right before dinner too, I'm feeling very hungry, which is good. He has a little bit of a hard time verbalizing some of those feelings and the way that that makes him feel. And so it ends up being a little, I don't know, it's just a little confusing at the end of the day when everyone is tired and they don't know what's going on and they have been just transitioning from school to home. And so I just try to give them a lot of grace and peace and kind of try and, I don't know, I want them to feel peace. And so I have to be at peace. And one of the ways I do that is really spending some time in God's Word. And I didn't do it this morning. I actually did the thing that I hate to do, which is sleep in, but I was sleeping so good. And so I slept in this morning and did not do my quiet time. So I'm going to do that now, but I have a special kind of quiet time that I'm doing right now. I am using this book, In the Word. It's by the Daily Grace Company, and it is a journal for deeper Bible study. So I'm using this as a guide. I typically don't really do journals other than the illuminated scripture journals that have the space to write notes and such. I find that really helpful, especially when I'm teaching Bible study. This book is really geared toward deeper Bible study. So passage by passage, it has you go through the context, how the passage is structured, what repeated words and breaks do you see, what's the author trying to teach the original audience, does the passage include any prominent biblical theology themes, notes on the passage, and then there's a whole section on Christological bridge and really taking the passages and connecting it to the gospel, what aspects of the gospel, and how does this passage point to Christ. And then there's a conclusion and application section. And so part of the reason that I am using this book for study is that I am diving deeper into the book of John. So for a very long time here at the channel, which has actually been 3 years. Can you believe that it has been 3 years? I started this channel in January of 2020. Yeah, right before all of that happened. And I can't believe it's been 3 years, but here we are. So John 10:10, the thief comes only to steal, kill, and destroy. I have come that they may have life and have it abundantly, has really become a staple verse here on the channel. Before Family Minimalism, it was hard for me to really grasp what abundant life was supposed to look like in the more mundane details of life, dishes, laundry, toys, bathroom products. Like what do I do with all these things? How do I live in the world, but not be of the world, but still do things like take care of my skin and manage my children's clothing and let them look presentable? And it just became very overwhelming. And John 10:10 has been a way that I have really been able to recognize this idea of like stealing, killing, and destroying. It was stealing all of my time. It was killing all of my joy, and it was destroying my relationship, not just with the people around me, because I was all kinds of anxious and depressed, but really my relationship with God. There were so many things that were standing in the way of me having that quiet time. And so when I started on this journey, and we're going to talk a lot more about this year and how this came about and dive deeper into those elements. I have no idea what I was talking about. It's 9:00 at night. Anyway, I'm rambling. We're going to dive deeper into those elements. But when I started really thinking about how this journey came about, I felt like God was calling me to put it into words. And so I started a workshop that is kind of a writer's mastermind with Anne Swindell. She leads that, and there's another group of women. And the goal, by the time I get done with the workshop, is for me to have written a book, like an actual book, which I never thought that I would have any desire to do. But I think this idea of how we live in the world and not be of the world, what is our purpose here? Not just what's God's will for our life, but what does that look like on a day-to-day basis when it comes to Christian living? It's actually a really hard concept to try and find resources on and have things that speak really deeply to the everyday actions of life, very much like what you saw me doing today, making my kids' lunches, getting them off to school, sitting at my desk and doing work and cleaning up the kitchen. How do I bring glory to God in those ways, and not just because I do them well? What's the deeper meaning? What does that mean for the flourishing of the world? What does it mean to give life abundantly? And so I am diving deeper into the book of John because I want to really unpack, I don't want to take that verse out of context. I don't want to just leave it in isolation and then base everything off of one verse. It's just not biblically and theologically sound to do that. And so going through the book of John, I am hoping to really tie in those theological elements and apply them in my kind of everyday life, because that's really, I think, what Jesus is wanting for us to do, is to read the word, know him, and walk in a way that brings glory and honor to him. So that's what I have been working on the last couple of months. And that is what I will be working on the next couple of months. So thank you for spending the day with me. I know it doesn't feel very exciting, but this is just everyday life. For anyone who has ever wondered what everyday life looks like for me, that was pretty much it, Monday through Friday. You can find more about my minimalism journey by clicking the link up here. And until I see you again, keep fighting the good fight.